Hello everyone, this video is going to show you how to import your own models into Pokkén Tournament. Do note that this mod doesn't work on Pokkén DX yet. It soft locks at the VS screen and it doesn't work on Yuzu, at least from what I tried. So here are the tools you need to get your own models onto Pokkén Tournament. So first off is SmashForge. You need to save the Namco format models to it, 3ds Max to rig the models. This program isn't free, by the way. The Pokkén DRP tools to decrypt, extract, and repack those DRP files for Pokkén. Random Talking Bush nut importer scripts is on this forum link. I'll show it right now. This is the forum. Scroll down. So for Pokkén Tournament, review spoiler, and here is the Max script, which take you to Mega link with the file. Here it is. And then we got Noises, which has many versions, but the latest version I tried exports to a model in the incorrect scale, which doesn't work. I have the link for the version I used for this tutorial, which works properly. Also, lastly, the unpacked game files from Pokkén Tournament, which I can't link you to that. You must have your own one. Okay, so let's start with the tutorial. Now, first off, I have all the files over here already unpacked. Here's the Max scripts. Here are the DRP tools. So you need to unpack this. This is the DRP2. Unpack it. Here it is. Make sure you have this 6 files in order to make the program work. Then, now what you're gonna need is locate your game files, extract the game files. I'm using the arcade version, but it works on the Wii U. It's the same for the Wii U and the Switch DX version, which only a few minor changes with the file name, but contents are the same, which I'll show you. They are mostly the same, but I'll use the arcade version since this one works for me. So go to pack data, and all you need to care about is these 2 folders. I'll explain shortly what they do. So first off, I'm gonna go in character depth, master. Here are the files. You can see the names. I'll explain now. So for the names, front part changes with the folder it's contained in. The EP is for model and textures. IND is for bones and animations. And here there's A and P. For A is for support Pokemon, which like Emolga, Latios, the other playable Pokemon are the one you use. Here are the national dex number. Yeah, like for example, Charizard is at number 6 and Sceptile is at 254. For Libre, Shadow Mewtwo and Krogan, there's 100 in front of this, between them. And lastly, these 3 numbers is to differentiate the alternate skins and normal one. So the normal ones are 000 and 100 for Mega, and this one is for alternate skins. Right, back on the extraction part, so I'm gonna go back to this one. I'm using Sceptile for this example, so I would national index 254, copy, and put it in the DRP tools folder. Now first off, the file itself is encrypted, so you have to decrypt it. Notice that there's no strings here. So I gotta drag this, put this in DRP decryptor. Once decrypted, you can notice the modified date has changed. Now you can see strings at the top. That means the file is decrypted. So now you drag this in and 2D extract it. Now the file is extracted. You can see 2 files, one small, one big. the big file is the texture. Give it a knot extension and you can view it in SmashForge. Now I'm gonna need the texture since I'm only giving Septile hat. So you can export the textures here. I navigate to a folder on your workspace. I'm just gonna name it textures. You'll need it later because you have to make a new nut file. And here it is. Here are the textures. And this one, the smaller one, is the model file. Remove the bracket one and give it a new. So it's a model file. It's not complete yet, so we still need the bone file to get the rig. We need to get to the IND folder. So go to character IND, and like before, just look for 254 if you're modding Septile. Copy. Just repeat the same step as before. Decrypt, extract. And once it's extracted, go inside the extracted folder and look for bind pose. This is the bone file. Copy. I'm just gonna copy and move it over. Now, make sure you name it exactly as the nut file. So it's P254 underscore triple O. So name it that way and give it a VBN extension. Make sure the name matches it, or else it doesn't work. So open up 3ds Max. On the top header, go to scripting. Run script. Libraries. This one's for locate your script. So here are the scripts. There are 4 of them. This is the older version, and ignore the debug ones because you don't need them. Open up the one with only ND, the shortest name. Now there it should open up a window. Import the model. There, you need the newt extension for it to see it. Import it, and it should take a while, so I'm gonna explain here. So if you name it P254 it looks for the matching name with the VBN. Like if you name this septile.nut, it looks for septile.vbn. If it doesn't match, you can't find it, so no bone will be imported. Now this is gonna take a little while. There we go. Model is imported with the bones. Here I'm gonna show you the bone is working. Like spine, rotate. The bone is working. Control Z. Don't forget to reset the position, or it will mess up the export. So here I'm gonna give Septile a hat. I already have the model. This part I usually just add it. It's the head. Doesn't matter with the textures. You can export it without the textures. There's no problem with it. And then you got the model in. Click on this icon if it doesn't show up. Click on this and go to modifier list. Look for skin. This allows you to rig the bone. Now this one, edit envelopes, I'll show later. So add the bone. Let's say I want to rig the hat to the head, so I look for the head. If you're working on a full body or a fully custom model, you can just choose all of them, choose all the bones, not the objects, and then edit. And 3ds Max should automatically map the bones on it. Find the bones to the rig. Find the object, I mean. Now I'm gonna look for the head. Now you see the hat turns red. That means it's binded to the head. Now if you go to the head, it should bind to the head. Now if you choose the other one, like if you're doing a full automatic bind, it's not perfect. Like if it's a full body, it's automatic, so don't expect it to be perfect. Like I'll show you an example. Like it's tied to the legs for some reason, maybe the hip. There are cases where it'll become like this. Edit envelopes. I'm just gonna intentionally break it here, like this one. The wrench. This one. Here is binding to hips for some reason, which now, take the head, it will look really broken. Now to fix this, you gotta go to envelope, click the model, add the modifier list, edit envelope, select vertices. Now it allows you to select the vertices and just you have to fix it on your own. This one is not going to cover how to rig the models, you have to look up on your own. So this is a simple fix because it's just the head. For complicated ones, you have to look up on your own. Look out for guides for it. So now you got the model rigged, everything's fine. Make sure it's at the T-pose default position before you export. Now go to File, Export. Now here you can save it whatever name you like. Now in this section, if you didn't rotate the model or anything, save the up axis as Z up. Y up will save the model 90 degrees downward if you import it in SmashForge, which doesn't look right, so make sure you save it as Z up. Press OK. It should export. Now the model should be in here. Here's your model, but before you need to import, SmashForge only reads the other format, so you need to convert it with noises. So here I'm using the older version. Here's the get the model. Right now export it. Here the output type, set it to DAE, Collada, and you can export it. But before I export, I'm gonna show you that in case it doesn't import to SmashForge, you need these settings in the Advanced tab. In the Advanced option, you need to key in these commands: smooth normals, and if the SmashForge is talking about something about vertex weights exceeded, must use this. But for now, currently there's no problem here, so I'm just gonna leave it blank and export. So once completed, it should have a new file. It's the generated export. Now what you need to do is go to SmashForge, drag it onto SmashForge. In here, these other import settings, uncheck this. Ignore vertex colors. Select the bone file you just need. Select the bone file. And this part, keep in mind, Pokkén uses normal tan bitangent float for vert type. Weight type uses float. This is the config. Import it. This one, select yes. Now this is the model has been imported, and here's the bone file. You can test out a little. I have the animation files, so I'm gonna show you a little bit of it. So here are the animation. Yes, now the bone is correctly rigged, there's no weird parts or it doesn't look weird. Now, also one thing, I'm gonna drag the default model as a reference. Right, now here, I'm gonna hide this one. Okay, pay attention to this part. All these lips, make sure the name is the same as default, or else you'll get this. All the mouths are incorrectly loaded, so it looks really weird. So you must rename it properly, or else you'll get that. So remove the underscore, and I'm not gonna do it here because it takes a while. So here, I guess you have to map textures. First, you gotta import the textures. So here is the textures. I already export. It's based off the files. So if you have the numbers, it'll assign to the texture ID. So here are the textures now. And to map them up. So this is the mouth. Hold on, this takes a while. Right, once open up this one with a flag, I already have a pre-made material here. So these are the flags. 9 quad 4 707 is for the body textures and most of the stuff. For the eyes, they use a slightly different flag. So code mode, change it to code inside Pokkén. At this part, you assign your own textures. So there's 3 textures: diffuse, cube map, diffuse, which is this one, the normal one, cube map, the bluish one, for the bump mapping, and the normal ones, which are this one, they handle the lighting. So the mouth texture is this one. Here's how you assign it, and the wrap mode depends on how you made the model. So for here, it uses clamp and clamp. Some of them uses different ones, so you need to. This one is for trial and error. For MIP detail, set it to 1 MIP level. Anisotropic off 2. The rest of the settings, just keep it the way it is. And properties, just don't touch it. Nothing here. So to save your time, since the lip mouth textures uses the same one, so you can just copy the material and put it on this. It should save you a lot of time. Now for the model, I'm gonna hide the mouse. Make sure you name it exactly correct. For this one, the rest of ones that belongs to the main body, you can just name it whatever you like. It still loads, at least for what I tried. This one's the body, it's the same as the mouth. For the eyes, they are slightly different. So I gotta load the eye preset. Eyes. So this one's for the eyes. Let me check. These are the actual eyeballs. So this one is for the other one. So you don't need the alpha source. Leave it 0. Remember the flag. So 900100707. And the alpha, just leave it as 0. Coincide, and select the eye textures, which I can get this. I'll just save some time using the actual model. So these are the eyes. Okay, now the other one, which are the eyelids. They're using alpha source 1. I'm just gonna copy it over and explain the flags. These are the eyelets. I'm gonna copy it over. Is the eyelets. Now pay attention to this one. The alpha must be set to 1. If you leave it as 0, you can't see through the eyelets. It's not transparent, so you need to set to 1 and then 1. Then you can see the eyes. Once you're done with it, then save the model. Right click model.nut and save as nut. Now you can save it wherever you want. I'm just gonna leave it here. And don't forget texture files. Save as. So save. You can name it whatever you want, cause in the end you still have to change it. So I'm just gonna keep the default model and move it back to somewhere else. Now this is the repacking method. So as before, you can see must name it the way how it was extracted. So model file, the smaller one, remove everything, even the extension, and give it a bracket 1. And for textures, remove everything except the name. Now it should be like this. You can leave the VVN file anywhere. It doesn't compile with it. So this one, these two files, now we're gonna repack it. So shift right click, open PowerShell window here. Now here, this is the repacker. You can drag it in. Pressing enter will show you how to use it. So just repeat the previous one and give it a file to patch. So drag the file, the original file. Remember, it must be decrypted. Do not use the encrypted one. This. So, and then folder. So drag this one in. Make sure this two file matches how the way it was extracted. So it is. I'm gonna add one just in case it doesn't read. Now press enter. It should repack. If it's successful, there's only this, and here you go. Here's the file. I'm gonna extract it again and let you see what's inside. This one. Okay, here are the contents. If done incorrectly, it will just save the default files inside. So you'll see here. Hold on, it's loading. There. That means it has packed the models. Since this one's unfinished, I already have one pre-packed but not encrypted yet. So here I'm gonna drag this out. So here's the finished model. You must re-encrypt it by putting it back to the decryptor. It should do the reverse. Now it's encrypted. Then you need to move the file. This method is for the arcade version and Wii U. So move it here. Pack data. For layer FS and the other ones, you might have to look up the guides for it. So here we replace the original file. So I'm gonna call this default. As this one, change it to the name, the default file. 0 and just make sure it's encrypted. Once you're done, I'm gonna open the game screen up. Now here is just to show you the model works. The mod works in the game. For CMU, it's mostly the same. Of course, it's just minor difference. Now, if you're done incorrectly, it should soft lock at this screen, or it crashes. That means the model is incompatible. If it soft locks, you might have not encrypted the file. So try checking it again. So here it is, and there you go. The model works. That is all for this tutorial. Thank you for watching.